The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Freshman Focus. A look at 2-year-olds in training across the Buckeye State. Freshman Focus is presented by Eldorado Scioto Downs, now racing Tuesday through Saturday, post time 5:45. By Sugar Valley Farm, looking for your next quality standard-bred racehorse? Look no further than Sugar Valley Farm in Delaware, Ohio. And by the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center, caring down to a science. And now here's your host, Roger Houston.
Welcome to another edition of Freshman Focus. We've made our way to Eldorado Scioto Downs in the winner's circle to speak with the director of racing about the next generation coming up later this week. After this message, we'll return and talk with Jason Roth.
Racing is back at Eldorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday nights. First race post time is 5:45. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation July 6th. Thrilling harness racing at Eldorado Scioto Downs. One track, 90 racing days, 100% action. Horse players can earn points with the new Caesars Reward Program. Eldorado Scioto Downs. Racing returns May 9th.
Welcome back to Freshman Focus. Jason, I understand that the Next Generation had a little different nominating process this year.
Yeah, in years past, we've always had a $10,000 fee right off the bat. Starting out in April, when we started the Next Generation, it was $10,000. Last year, we tried to change it up, move it back after everybody paid their sire stake payments and whatnot to May. That still didn't seem to work. We never filled all the spots completely, so we changed the nominating format last year. Owners got a chance to nominate for $8,000 in April. Everything filled up pretty good. The 2-year-old colt pace filled up. I think it had 14 in it in April. The 2-year-old filly trot had 9. The only ones that didn't fill up was the 2-year-old colt trot and 2-year-old filly pace. So there was one spot left in each of those, and owners got a chance in May to purchase a spot for $10,000 then. Luckily for us that those 2 spots were taken up in May. And if they weren't, we had another chance when horses started qualifying in June for a price of $12,000. So it's worked out well.
So actually, if they get in the first nominating and paid the $8,000, they didn't have any more payments.
They did not. That was it. And you know, I know some trainers have strategically purchased the $8,000 spots this year and resold them. You know, I don't know what the deal was, if you know, they got their $8,000 back or if they got a bigger price, but I know there were a few trainers that have sold spots knowing that they were going to sell them, you know, later in the season.
Has the Next Generation lived up to your expectations?
I think so. I think it's growing. You know, this we started it in 2020. It's starting to grow. I think more owners are starting to become aware of it. And now that we've lowered the price a little bit to $8,000 in April, I fully expect to see a higher number, and hopefully we have more draws first opening weekend we race.
You know, in a way, I got to ask this. You thinking about any changes for next year?
I don't think so. I think we'll keep the same format that we had this year. I think it's worked well. It accomplished what we set out to do, and I think next year will pretty much stay the same as this year.
You know, Saturday night is the big night for the Next Generation, but any other big events that night?
We're always trying to create, you know, that big night, and usually, you know, Super Night's that big night, and Ewart night for us, and Charlie Hill, and we got a bunch of sire stakes that night. We just wanted to add another night to that, and down at the race secretaries meeting, we were lucky enough to pick up the moneymaker and Nadia Lobel, and you know, it goes great with the Next Generation, and hopefully create that next big night for us.
Those are 2 big stake events.
They've been around a long time, and you know, they definitely the names have some prestige to them, and hopefully we do them justice.
It speaks volume for the program that you got scheduled for that night, because Fox Sports is going to kick off their summer racing season.
Yeah, you know, it's great to always participate on the Fox and get a little national TV coverage. We'll have Gabe Pruitt and Jenna Otten here hosting the Fox Sports coverage, and it's, you know, I couldn't be happier with it.
Now, I understand you're going to have some other features, so to speak, here at Scioto Saturday.
Yeah, you know, we're bringing in Moneymakers Connections, Jimmy Tactor and Wally Hennessy. They will be signing autographs at 5:15 until 6:30. And, you know, it's great that they are willing to participate and come here to show their support. And also we have, hopefully, I know there's still some feuding going on social media right now between Pete Aiello and Gabe Pruitt, but we would like to have the Battle of the Big Mouse again. And you know, if you go on social media, on Facebook or Twitter, there's this grudge match from Pompano that Pruitt got beaten, and he's definitely looking for his revenge this weekend on Pete Aiello.
I've got to bring this up. I can't help it. You know why Pete Aiello won that race at Pompano, don't you?
Because he had Mickey McNichol's helmet on?
No.
Better horse?
They brought me in to fine-tune the horse that Pete was going to do. I trained him a couple days before the race.
Well, I think Pruitt plans on being here Friday to sit behind his horse. So, yeah, I know he's looking forward. He's still trying to talk Pete into it. I think Pete's kind of scared of him right now. I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, I'll tell you, it is great for harness racing what they're doing.
Yeah, and you know, there's going to be a GoFundMe set up, and it's going to go to Racehorse Aftercare, and obviously we'll have the special appearance of the Silver Bull at Pompano's Old Starting Gate for the match race, and Wally will be starting them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to next year. You're going to have a new paddock.
Yeah, it's something we're excited about. We obviously didn't think we were going to get it this soon. It's always been in the back of our heads, you know, future plans. But the opportunity arose, and it's going to be great. We're going to have a 16-race paddock, all the horses under one roof, and you know, we took the horse welfare into account when designing it. You know, environmental contamination and what's best for the drivers and the flow of the paddock, and so I think it's going to be great.
Now, will the old paddock be torn down, or you got a use for it?
We're going to keep it up. We'll still have qualifiers before the babies start qualifying before the races, and we'll use the old paddock for qualifiers before the races.
Going to move any offices down there?
There will be, the entire race office will move down there, the judges, claims office. There's a snack shop in there, the tack shop, LASIX vet office. So yeah, it's the horseman's office. Everybody will be right in one central location.
Caesars has been great with all the improvements here at Eldorado Scioto Downs. It's just been a great thing for the racetrack.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they've definitely spent some money. They're definitely invested. They definitely want to see us succeed, and they're giving us the tools to do that. And I continue to see this property grow, not only from a fan standpoint, but a wagering standpoint, from a horse population to the quality of horses that we're putting on the track. So it's definitely booming.
I hear rumors that you're thinking about bringing the Breeders' Crown to Scioto Downs.
I don't know. That's still up in the air. We're talking about it. We would like to have it, but that's we'll wait and see.
The main thing on that is the timing of the Breeders' Crown.
Not only that, but there's also a lot of things that got to go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're usually done racing by the time the Breeders' Crown races. So you're into Dayton's meet. Dayton's got to work with us. The horsemen will have to work with us. The Breeders' Crown, the commission. I mean, it's going to be, you know, there's going to be a lot of moving parts on it, and it's something we'll work through.
Overall, it would be great for the Ohio program.
I think so. I think and it's the same thing with bringing the moneymaker and Nadia Lobel here. Their Grand Circuit races, they have, the name behind them. But you're going to see a lot of Ohio breds in them. And I think if we bring a Breeders' Crown here, you'll see a lot of Ohio breds in the Breeders' Crown races. I mean, our horses compete with anybody out there right now. So I think, putting Ohio on the map and bringing a Breeders' Crown here, you'll definitely see some Ohio horses in there and hopefully Ohio horses winning.
Yeah. Well, Jason, I want to thank you for taking some time out. This has to be the busiest week in your entire schedule, but sitting down with us, talking about next generation, the additional stakes, Fox Sports, what's in the future and everything. And let's say one thing finally. I hope you've got a connection with the weatherman.
Me too.
After this message, we'll return with Freshman Focus.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Well, that wraps up our Freshman Focus broadcast for 2024. And we hope to do the same again next year for 2025. We'd like to thank all of the trainers, caretakers, everybody involved in making the previous broadcast all possible. And don't forget our sponsors. Without their sponsors, there wouldn't be a Freshman Focus. So until next year, sit back and enjoy harness racing anywhere you're close to it. We'll see you again next year for Freshman Focus.
This has been Freshman Focus, a look at 2-year-olds in training across the Buckeye State. Freshman Focus is presented by Eldorado Scioto Downs, now racing Tuesday through Saturday, post time at 5:45. By Sugar Valley Farm. Looking for your next quality standardbred racehorse? Look no further than Sugar Valley Farm in Delaware, Ohio. And by the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center, caring down to a science. Freshman Focus is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.